Talks College Football. I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Volunteers will kick it away to start us off. He'll return it. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So Georgia's offense will go to work first. Last time these two rivals got together, guys, there were hurt feelings and some dead fish handshakes in the aftermath, and this might be just the recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, and you get all the quotes, all the people talking about all those blowhards on all the different networks, i.e. us, talking about how bad it was and how embarrassing it was, and now you get a chance to get some payback. They're excited.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The play action fake. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Just a short pass to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. So the Tennessee Volunteers offense has the ball for the first time. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take...
Turning it on! Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Well, you can see why Rocky Top is so excited about this guy. He's a home run waiting to happen. Not only can he run you over, but he can run around you, too. This is an offense that doesn't only have to throw the football to win games. They can run it, and they can get explosive plays because of this guy's speed and skill set.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. And the Volunteers are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying play action. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. All by himself down the middle. Oh, the fumble and the defense got it. Touchdown Bulldogs. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Coming off a season in which things really didn't go their way in conference play, and they'd love to get on a roll here this season.
Well, this is a team from a roster standpoint, though, that believes they're better on the field than they were a year ago. They've made some additions through high school recruiting, through the portal, and they think that's going to be the difference, David.
Yeah, and now they got to put it together, right? Now, this is when it really works. When you get in conference play, it gets different. The familiarity within the league of all the coaches, and so this is really hard for them. But I'm interested to see what they can do and to see if they can bounce back.
Makes the catch. It's Staley. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. On fourth down, looking for the completion. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll run it from the gun. Got the first down and still on his feet. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling.
And how about the big play by this running back? Nice job running with the football. Good balance, seeing where he needed to go with the football. Finishing the run, he gets knocked out of bounds. But how about this offense set up now on first and goal?
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Second and goal coming up. Motion from the wide receiver. Now the play fake. Blasted as he lets it go. Touchdown, Georgia! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And this defense picking up right where it left off. Last week put a great game together, really shut down an opponent. Now you can tell, man, they're going to make you earn everything you get. And this offense is going to have to find a way to find some holes because we haven't seen them the last couple weeks.
To the air, it's Aguilar. He'll take another shot here. He makes a catch. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Vols come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll try the run. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Vols can really attack on this 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
The give from the gun. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Off play action. Pocket breaking down. With the catch, it's Ramsey. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
When they show off the big fella's mitts. This is the guy that does so much of the dirty work for your team, everything you need to win. You give him the ball, get a first down.
This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. He's got the tight end. Touchdown, Volunteer! A great catch and run for 6. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
It's a seam wide open. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
And how do you lose sight of the big fella? I mean, the defense, where were they? They were nowhere around. He comes scot-free. Nice job by the quarterback recognizing it, getting the football, and he does the rest and makes the big play down the field.
Running back searching for a hole. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency in getting first downs and staying.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Gets it to him on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a fourth down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And that will extend their lead even further. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here is the Tennessee offense. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. On the run, it's Lewis. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Off the play fake. Looking to the big tight end. Caught over the middle. It's Davis. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road?
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it back inside the 40. They'll mark him at the 39-yard line, and the interception has set up great field position. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. To the air, it's Stockton. Back open in the middle.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
And the Dogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unleashes it on the run. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Frazier. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Frazier. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup, spotted at the 25-yard line.
How many 1st downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. You got to do something to change this.
Just keep slinging it. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too, to try to get him going now.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Man, we've been anticipating this top 15 matchup all week. Let's show you how things are playing out. LSU is currently ahead in this one in Death Valley, but it's been a close one so far. They're up by a field goal over Florida. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Here's the pressure. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Back to throw, it's Aguilar. Fires to the big fella. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. They've got the 1st down, mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Quickly to the tight end. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking downfield very late in the half. Fires to the wideout. Touchdown, Dogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking downfield on 1st down. Buys a little time. Creates a little space. He's loose. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stuff.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when three-time All-American David Pollock played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
A washed-up old guy.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. The Volunteers will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Playing the field position game as he makes the fair catch right at the 50. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. The corners are walked up tight. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Now adjusting. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. And he can't get past the 2-yard line, but at least they avoided going backwards. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. Tight end finds a soft spot. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night.
And this guy's showing off his hand.